It's hard to believe, but LEGO is retiring Optimus Prime at the end of this month. After July, it won't be restocked. If you haven't bought it yet, you may feel like you need to decide fast. But before you spend $180, there's something every Transformers fan should know. Should you buy it before it's gone or save your money? Watch to the end to find out. LEGO Optimus Prime isn't the only Transformer retiring. Should you buy Bumblebee before it's gone too? Subscribe, you won't want to miss that review. And here is the world's first ever transformable figure by LEGO, their brick-built rendition of Optimus Prime as he appeared in the first ever Transformers media continuity, G1. First released in 2021, I still find it a bit unfortunate that it's retiring 5 years after that. But I think it goes without saying that LEGO picked the perfect character for its first ever transformable brick-built figure of a Transformers character. And even though LEGO is about to stop producing this product soon, the engineering feat involved continues to impress people to this day. This version is based on the design of the original G1 toy of the 1980s and strives very well to live up to that design even amidst the challenges of making a buildable robot that can transform into a genuine vehicle. LEGO didn't forget even the smallest of design details, including the aesthetic lines on his thighs and pelvic area, matching relatively close to his cartoon design. Now, if you're also a fan of LEGO and other brick-built sets, LEGO didn't hesitate to ensure a fun building experience for a toy, the complexity of which makes it aimed specifically for adult collectors. The building experience allows you to understand the many different unique features of the complex engineering that LEGO had to invent to make this figure possible, which I think puts much more value on top of what you get from the finished product of a transformable robot. But unfortunately, that value suffers when it comes to articulation. Now, don't get me wrong. There are lots of great articulation at his upper body despite some limitations likely resulting from transformation. To start off, head moves on a ball joint with both arms moving vertically the full circle but cannot raise upward by a lot. Even when using his butterfly joints, it looks like this is due to the panels on the front of his shoulder that need to be this big to become the sides of his truck, though this does prevent him from doing a heroic pose that would have his hands on the side of his hips. His biceps can rotate with single jointed elbows bending all the way to right at 90 degrees. Wrists can rotate the full circle with all three main fingers moving together up and down at the knuckles and the thumb individually articulated. You can also move his thumb upward to allow him to deliver a thumbs up. Though do be careful as the rotating piece moves on only one tooth it pegs into, and therefore it can easily break off. LEGO Prime can also do a waist swivel, though you will have to unpeg the front bumper and grille section from his pelvis and rotate it upwards to allow that. I don't find that to be a serious flaw, if at all, as we are dealing specifically with the complexities of a brick-built transforming character. Where I do find serious flaws and where this product suffers the most is his legs. The legs can kick the full 90 degrees forward and do the same backwards, though you will have to move them sideways at least a bit more due to obstruction from the back pelvic side pieces. They can also kick sideways, though by only half of a right angle due to tires at his hips. But while I was building this, it was to my unfortunate surprise that he can't even bend his knees. If I am not mistaken, the original G1 Prime toy could bend its knees, and since this figure was primarily meant to give homage to that original toy from the 1980s, I find it deeply disappointing that LEGO didn't even incorporate a knee bend. LEGO has produced more ambitiously complex products such as Aston Martin and Ferrari race cars, so even when accounting for the complex engineering of a vehicle converting robot, I honestly think it would not have been too much for them to include a knee bend. Feet can move down and engage in a small ankle tilt. They also contain rubber support at the bottom of his heel, allowing this to be a very sturdy brick-built figure. Even some small ankle tiltage can allow many posing possibilities, but a lack of a knee bend all but eliminates so much of the action that makes Transformers figures fun. So if you are looking forward to a highly playable LEGO Optimus Prime, as much as I don't like saying it, this figure will disappoint. Thankfully, his accessories do not. We first have his iconic Energon battle axe, the LEGO pieces of which faithfully recreate its appearance in the cartoon. All you need to do is take off his hand and plug it into the cross-shaped slot in his forearm. We also have his ion blaster, which is also built from the many LEGO pieces included as well. Further boosting the LEGO building experience are a group of purple blocks that make up an Energon cube. I don't think LEGO had to do this for us Transformers fans, but since this is their first buildable vehicle transforming character, it is one of the fitting ways LEGO incorporated to make the building experience introduce LEGO fans to the basic Transformers universe if they are not yet familiar. While LEGO unfortunately undermined this figure's playability value, it did make up with its display value, and we see that with a small group of bricks piecing together for a label displaying this iconic protagonist's stats. But the fun doesn't stop there. LEGO didn't forget the iconic matrix of leadership that you can also piece together and plug in by opening his chest windows, just as we saw in the G1 continuity. Just like his axe, blaster, and Energon cube, the resulting product faithfully recreates the design of the Matrix as it originally appeared, with a fantastic homage given by the handles at the edges and the translucent orange circle in the middle, not to mention the very cool mechanical looking design of the Matrix chamber inside his chest. And if you're a Bayverse fan, LEGO apparently didn't single you guys out. What appears to be a throwback to the jet-powered Optimus Prime in the live-action movies, LEGO didn't hesitate to include a jetpack that you can attach to his back. LEGO didn't have to do this, but being that they did so, I think this further proves that they should not have neglected including a knee bend. Flying Optimus Prime figures are usually meant to be playable, but with a figure coming from LEGO, it would make sense to expect a high degree of playability from a figure like this, but the playability potential from the jetpack is all but undermined by the lack of a knee bend. Now, transformation will be shown in the next video, but here he is in his truck mode. Look how LEGO pulled it off. In my view, they absolutely knocked it out of the park. The truck, with its color scheme and design, contains everything we would expect from the Freightliner semi-truck he was in the cartoon. The LEGO bricks may restrict some design choices, but everything from the headlights, front bumper, gas tanks to the white-gray line in the middle resembles what we would most likely expect to see on a vehicle that turns into an Optimus Prime toy. Turning to the back, we see the nice translucent red pieces that resemble the back lights, and LEGO didn't just stop there. It also incorporated the ion blaster into the transformation to function as the trailer hitch. The truck runs on rubber tires that roll perfectly and smoothly on a flat surface. You will have to engage in some disassembly during transformation, but that only involves replacing the middle front bumper to make it better resemble the truck instead of the orange stripe right under his abdomen. There had been complaints about pieces breaking off during transformation, but when I first converted him, I experienced none of that. Transformation is easy and straightforward to follow and rewards us with a perfect-looking LEGO-fied Freightliner of Prime. And that wraps it for LEGO's transformable Optimus Prime. Overall, the best I can honestly give is an 8 out of 10. This is still a respectable first attempt by LEGO to make a vehicle-converting Transformers character. The LEGO-fied figure strongly matches the design of the character's very first appearance, and the building experience of the figure and accessories provide the valuable fun we should expect from a LEGO set. The figure transforms into a perfect-looking brick-built semi-truck that rolls 100% smoothly. Unfortunately, the lack of a knee bend severely restricts posing and undermines playability by a lot, and I still find that unnecessary and disappointing. Even the instruction booklet markets the figure as something that can bend its knees, which is why I ultimately found it disappointing that it couldn't when building the figure. Even the least articulated Transformers figures incorporate knee bends nearly all the time, and remaining unable to do so prevents them from engaging in so much dynamic action we often expect from our Transformers figures, and I don't think it would have been too much to incorporate a knee bend. So whether it's worth buying before retiring really depends on what you would want from it. If you are indeed a big LEGO fan who's not really into the Transformers franchise very much, but would like to get into it without having to sort out its infinite number of continuities, then I think this product will be the perfect starting point, as the instruction booklet gives you a very good bird's eye view of the Transformers universe as you build the set. If you are strongly into LEGO and Transformers but still have not been able to purchase this, then I would find it very easy to justify buying it now, as LEGO will stop producing it when it retires it, leaving only a limited number of copies left, which can result in a price increase. But if you are big into Transformers and are not into Legos and the building experience that defines Lego, then I honestly would find it very hard to justify buying it, especially if you are looking for a figure that's highly playable. But I would love to know your thoughts in the comments below. Are you planning to buy this figure before it retires? If not, why not? Do you think the lack of a knee bend is still a big issue? Leave a comment below. Otherwise, you can buy it from the link in the description. If you found this review helpful, feel free to give the video a like and subscribe for more, and until then, I'll see you next time.